What's up, you guys? I'm going to get ready. I'm gonna get ready for I need to go run errands. I need to go to the store, and I have to work. I've been working the night shift all week, 11 p.m., 7 a.m. So I'm gonna get ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions that I have been receiving about living in Miami. So I'm gonna take y'all along the get ready with me process / do a Q&A. I did drop on my Instagram for them to drop some questions, so I will check that out in a second so we can get into it and find out what y'all really want to know about living in Miami, period. Oh my god. But first, tell me why my period just started and it's not trying to let me be great. So I'm gonna have to find some painkillers, some ibuprofen first, and then we can get started on this get ready with me. Because I might not even be getting ready. I might have to change this to another day type of time video. What the heck? Nah. So yeah. And I would just want to say da. Okay, so of course we're gonna start off with a shower, but hold on, let me get my thoughts together. So one of the main questions I've been getting about Miami is neighborhood wise, and I still have yet to explore all of Miami. I have in a sense, but I haven't gone out in every area, if you know what I mean. So I live in North Miami Beach. I work in South Miami, around Hialeah, Coral Gables, that kind of area. And I have been out in Wynwood, Brickell, and I'm sorry, y'all. I did not find no painkillers. So that's also what I got to go to the store for, which is terrible because it's like the pain right now. My period just started, I'm in pain. But anyways, that's beyond the point. I've been to Brickell, Wynwood, South Beach, and where else have I been? That's it. Briefly, I have family who lives in Pembroke Pines, so I've been there. And briefly, I stayed in Miramar for a month I think it was, before I got my apartment. Yeah. So I would like to tell y'all, I guess I'll start with North Miami Beach. As far as neighborhoods go, North Miami Beach, I love living here because I literally have a beach 15 minutes away from where I live. It is Hallover / Sunny Isles Beach, which is a nude beach. It has a nude portion of the beach. And I didn't know that prior to going there. I went there and found out that. My thoughts on that is it depends on the day and the time you go. Because I went a couple times. And one time I went, I was completely caught off guard by the crowd that was there and what I was seeing. But all the other times I went, it was actually straight, which is why I didn't mind going there. So when you go over there to that beach, I actually kept my swimsuit on and I was on the naked side of the beach because everybody was really relaxed. There's a lot of foreigners, white foreigners, people from Germany, Russia, wherever, who live in that area. It's giving kind of old sugar daddy type area. Me and my girls went for my birthday and we met a man who fell in love with my my bestie, and he took all of us out to dinner, and it was just a whole thing. I met a man who owns a boat and a jet ski. He took me out on jet skis. Like, I had met a man on a boat who wanted to take me out on his boat and take me to the little islands they have off the beach. I didn't feel comfortable personally because I didn't know him and I was by myself. Maybe if I had a friend, that would be better. But moral of the story is, yes, if you're looking for connections or like a rich sugar daddy type vibes, baby, go to Sunny Isle, go to the nude beach. You don't have to be nude. They're going to be all over you anyways, just because you're the only one with clothes on, so that makes you more desirable. I'm just playing, but no, like, I don't know, they were on me, so I don't know, but I am thick. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the nude beach. I'll go there time and time again. It's 15 minutes from my house. I love it. If you do go on a certain days, I'll say, I think it was a weekday I went, like after 6. If you go at that time, I'm saying the later it gets, the more sus that it gets, because I'm pretty sure I saw somebody doing something they weren't supposed to be doing out there. And it was just a lot more people. The crowd was a little off. It was giving like the weirdos, not weirdos, forgive me. It was giving like the swingers type, just different type of people who are more like just fluid, I guess. I don't know, but that's what it was giving. So I got it. I found myself a little area where I was by myself. I went, I left. I mean, people was like, come to the party with us, da 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 da. Like, yeah, they was on some, like, yeah, it was giving. But I probably wouldn't go during that time again. But anyways, as for North Miami Beach, I haven't been out on the nightlife here. I went to coffee shops around here. Love the coffee shops. Love this area. There's so much. There's something on every block, like food wise, or somewhere to like go, like as far as just like spending your time. Like, it's very convenient, I'll say. Like, there's Publix right by you, Walmart, everything. Targets are saturated around the area, like lots of shopping centers. It's giving the city, you know, without Atlanta City. Like, there's parking lots. It's not like, oh, you're on a street. Like, Brickell is downtown. Brickell is more like the Atlanta of Miami, because that's where you're gonna have a lot of street parking. The parking is terrible, the traffic is terrible, and you have the taller buildings, and you have people who are more on a different caliber of people, like more business type people and stuff like that. And then what else? Let me see. So that's it for Brickell. Brickell's giving Atlanta. I like Brickell. The only thing it's beautiful in Brickell. I don't have no complaints about Brickell. They have the most beautiful apartments. I've seen it there. I would live there, like, if I had the money. Only thing I will say is I heard that it gets flooded down there really bad because of the way that it's set up some kind of way. Like, flooding is bad in Miami, period, but I heard it's particularly bad in Brickell. As for Wynwood, I love going out in Wynwood because it's a vibe. Like, we have it's like a strip of different clubs and places you can eat, and it's real aesthetically pleasing down there. It's kind of like the art district of Miami, basically, and I like it. Only thing I will say is, for the nightlife there, I have seen that most of the men there are very, I'm sorry guys, if you're a guy watching this, I'm saying this from the female perspective for my ladies out there. Like, these men are either giving broke or they're just not talking to you. Like, even if you do see somebody with money and stuff like that, or if you see guys that you find attractive, whatever, they just don't be coming on to you. Like, I was used to living in Atlanta. I couldn't be in a club 2 minutes before I'm getting pulled in a section. Like, down here, no. You will go the whole night. You could go the whole night without getting pulled in a section. You could, yeah. Like, you could. I mean, it's rare, but I'm saying it just takes a long time for these men to talk to you, if they do even talk to you. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know why, whatever. I try to ask, whatever. I think it's because I heard it's because a lot of the women in Miami are expecting a caliber of men, like, oh, they want that bag, they want to be taken care of. So men are already steering clear of that type of time. They don't want nothing to do with it. Wash my face. But let's see. Over in the area that I work in, I like it. It's just, you know, when they say you need to learn Spanish when you come to Miami, in South Miami, yes, my love, you have to learn Spanish when you come to South Miami, because South Miami, they're not gonna play with you. They finna talk to your ass in Spanish first. Spanish is their first language. I am half Dominican, hence the Dominican yellow as my app, but my mom did not teach me Spanish. Everything that I learned was through school or just practice, simply practice, being around it. Being here in Miami has made my Spanish skyrocket. Like, when I tell you I understand Spanish now, I understand Spanish. Speaking part is still coming to me. I still have to do a lot of practicing, but it is better as the day, because I have to practice every day. Actually, at my job, hold on, let me rinse this off. Yeah, but actually at my job, I have employees who straight don't speak English at all. They don't understand English. Anything you say, they're like, ¿cómo? They just don't understand it. So you have to speak, I have to speak to them in Spanish. I didn't have a choice but to incorporate Spanish, or I wasn't gonna make it. That's not what they hired me based upon at all either. I just had to adapt when I realized that shit. So yes, there you have to know Spanish, at least to some degree, if you want to navigate in those neighborhoods, because you will come across people who do not speak English, and it will make your time difficult, especially like trying to order in Spanish or trying to ask questions about how to get around or anything like that. Like, just learn basic Spanish is all I can tell you if you want to navigate South, Hialeah, Coral Gables, all that, like Central right there, Kendall, all that, like right there, like they're gonna be speaking Spanish. Like, it's real, like a lot of Cubans there. South Beach is for people who don't live here really, or it's for the promoter people. Like, I got pulled in with the promoter community so quick when I got down here. Like, I went out one night and I met a promoter, and ever since then, like, he invites me out so I can go out and have the section and drinks paid for, but I'll just be with a whole bunch of other girls. I've had good experiences. I never had a bad experience going out with them. It never was too tight. I looked up, I think, because most of them, it'd be like just ridiculous. Nobody don't want to go out with a promoter. But promoter lifestyle is big in Miami, and it's a deal, okay? Let me tell you. So that's what South Beach is mainly for. Like, if you're here for a good time, you just want to get drunk and vibe, I would say South Beach, you feel me? Now let's get into the neighborhoods as far as where you should live. I feel like, personally, I love Pembroke Pines and Miramar. I told y'all I would live in Brooklyn if I had the money. Keyword is if I had the money. Like, that is expensive, but it's nice. But Miramar is nice. It's more like the suburbs, but there's still stuff to do there, but it's just nicer. Like, North Miami Beach is borderline ghetto. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm over here by Miami Gardens. Like, it's a little ghetto over here, but it has, like, Sunny Isles is nice, but it's giving rich white man. But Miramar is giving, like, you know, upper middle class, like, or even higher class, but they're just low key with it, not like extravagant. But I had found the best all vegan coffee shop bakery right by my apartment, walking distance. And let me tell you, sorry, somebody texted me. Let me tell you, baby, them That vegan place was the best, and I love that it was walking distance. Like, I felt like it was a vibe to live in Miramar. I don't know if it was the season that I was living there, which was September, the month of September. It rained so much. Like, it rains over here in North Miami Beach, but it'll rain and then be sunny. Like, it's like real quick with it. But in Miramar, baby, it was raining. I think it was just the season, like September. I don't know, but oh my gosh, y'all. If you want to live in Miami, get prepared. It is hot and it is raining. That is it. There is no in between. It is hot and humid or it's raining. But the good thing about it is neither lasts a long time. It's rare for it to rain at long increments of time, and if it does, it's because it's something like a hurricane warning or something like that. I haven't had to experience my first real hurricane here, so my mom keeps telling me I need to get prepared, and I do need to get prepared because it might just sneak up on me. So I do want to have like water on deck, non-perishable foods on deck, that kind of stuff, just in case. Because baby, these people do be panic buying. I work at Target and they will panic buy, okay? What else? My loves, oh, this is taking some real commitment on my part because, baby, my stomach is not, I'm sorry, why my pillows look like this? My stomach is not trying to let me be great. So skincare routine in the bed it is. Another question I get about living in Miami is, or living in Florida, like, how do I feel here versus in Georgia? And honestly, the reason I left Georgia was because I wanted a beach and I didn't want to live in Savannah or Tybee Island. Like, I've been to Tybee, I never been to Savannah. I didn't have no real reason for not wanting to move to Savannah except that I felt like it was going to be too small. Do I know that? No, I don't know that. I just thought that, and I just kind of went with my gut on that one. I was not set on moving to Miami. I was open to Tampa, Orlando, other cities in Florida that had a beach less than 30 minutes away. So yeah, it did not have to be in Miami. Will I say Miami was the easier choice? Yes, because I have family here. So from July and August, I stayed with my grandma. I did not have a place. Actually, my lease wasn't even up in Atlanta. I still had to pay rent and not even live there for a month. I paid rent for my pets and for my belongings. It was basically like an expensive as storage space for a month. And I stayed with my grandma. And would I have been able to do that, you know, pay my rent and move if I didn't have my grandma? Maybe not, because all of the money I had saved up was what I was gonna need to move into a new apartment with the deposit, you know, all the move-in fees. And let me tell you right now, finding an apartment down here was like probably the most stressful thing about this move. Getting a job was not stressful. Moving here was not stressful. Finding a place, stressful. Like, me coming here had nothing to do with the stress of like being in a new environment, none of that. I was more stressed about the fact that I did not have a spot. And that, like, I already talked about that in my last video. Like, that basically started my skin breaking out, everything. Like, when I tell you I was stressed, like, not as stressed as I've been before, but it was pressing on my mental because I was running out of time and I didn't know what I was gonna do with my pets. Like, I had the option to live with my grandma for an extended period of time, but I didn't want to do that, number one. And number two, I just felt like I would have to get rid of my pets because they didn't allow pets at her apartment, and I'm not finna pay for a pet sitter for however long. Like, that's not even my pets at that point. I'm just paying for somebody to keep my pets. Like, I don't know. I was just freaking out, okay? So I already talked about how I got the apartment, but I'm gonna just tell you right now, if I did it, like, I had the mind frame of find a job and just get there, and I can find an apartment later because I have people I can stay with. That was my mind frame because I had people in Miami. Now, if you're moving somewhere and you don't know anybody, I need you to find the apartment first. Find the job after. The job is easier. If you had the money to go ahead and pay your first month's rent and your move-in fees, find the apartment. You can find a job in less than a month. You know what? I'm saying that, like, loosely because I understand the market right now is terrible. I actually have 2 friends who are struggling to find a job. They have been trying to find a job for months now. So I don't want to sound insensitive when I say that, but I'm just saying, if you think the job market is hard right now, the apartment market is 2 times worse in Miami. I don't know about other cities, but I'm just saying down here, you're going to be paying super high. Oh, but you know what? What makes a real big difference that I'm forgetting? I had pets. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just looking for a little apartment. No, you guys, it made it 10 times harder for me because I had pets. So everything right now I'm saying is literally a personalized experience for me and maybe had only to do with me. If you're a single person just looking for an apartment, get in how you fit in, you might have a way better luck because Miami is not as pet friendly as I thought it was. They have limits on your dogs, weight limits. You already know apartments be like tripping on the type of dog in general. And then they had pet limits, like you can only have 1 pet for most of the places, and I have 2. So yeah, scratch all that I just said. But to answer the question in summary, yes, I like it here better than Georgia only because it has the vibe I was looking for. Like Miami in particular has the city life and the beach that I was looking for. I totally feel so like at peace knowing if I'm off, I can go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, I'm off and I'll just like, I don't even know what else to say. The beach is very important to me. Like, that's just what it is, period. Like, I feel like having the beach there, like, it's not even about just having the pool. The beach is so healing for me. It's so like, it feels like a vacation, and it's literally not because I'm still home. I'm still where I live, but just going to the beach puts me in a whole other entity. Like, I feel like I'm somewhere else. I feel just very like back to center, back to reality. Like, it's so calming for me. It's like meditative for me. And that was that's a non-negotiable. Like, honestly, even for me dating nowadays, when men say they don't like the beach, I'm kind of looking at them crazy. And when they say they don't really care for living anywhere near a beach, actually they want to live somewhere that doesn't have a beach, just crossed off. Like, I'm sorry, you're already crossed off the list. Like, yeah, I'll entertain you, blah blah blah, we could be friends, we could network, but as for someone I'm gonna take serious, no. Unless you change your mind, no. It's a non-negotiable for me. I'm living somewhere near a beach. So that's that on that. But yeah. Then we have, another question I got was about how the people are here. And I feel like I don't have much to compare it to, but I'll just talk in general terms and I'll compare to Atlanta. I already touched on how I felt like the men were down here, because Miami, if you think Atlanta is superficial, like, and known for the city girl life, Miami is that times 10. Please believe it. This is where city girls originated. The city girls, they're from Miami. They're from where I was born, Opelika. Like, this is city girl central, baby. If you wanted to know where you could get a city girl from, Miami is the place. Like, Atlanta definitely has city girl, but Miami is like city girl times 2. And it's not only like city girl, it's the bust down BBLs, all this. Like, it's the Latin city girls. Like, you have the black city girls, but you have so many, like, it's a type down here where it's this like Kim Kardashian look with the fake butt, the long black hair, and that's like what every guy goes for. Like, that's who you see on every guy arm. And these girls are not giving friendly vibes. They're giving like oh. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know, whatever, but go off. Nah, like, the people down here are nice. I've met nice people. I've met stuck up people. I've met it all. I haven't had a real bad encounter down here. All I could say is, like, the men are a little bit shyer than I need them to be. And it may be the areas I'm in. Like, it may be the Hispanic men that are like that. Like, because the men who actually have come up to me are black men. Black men don't have a problem coming up to me. And I'm fine with black men coming up to me, but have any of the black men that came up to me been worth my time? No. So that's where that issue lies in. Like, why all the bold guys are the guys who are not worth nobody's time, you know? So, but as for the females, I have made some amazing friends. Thankfully, to my job, I did meet. They had this really cool thing called Hot Girl Walk down in here in Miami. I wish they had this in Atlanta, where basically these girls, 2 women, are putting on a hot girl walk every Saturday morning. And they're just picking a location, and literally all these girls are meeting up, like baddies from all different walks of life are meeting up just to walk. And like, you can network, you cannot network, you can do what you want. We get coffee after, whatever. I was determined to get to one of these. I finally go, and I met a really good friend. And so like, now I have like 3 besties down here in Miami, and it feels so great because when I first came here, I didn't have any friends. I had family, and I have a real good friend group in Atlanta. Like they're my tribe. So for me to move, that has been the most challenging thing about coming to Miami, not being homesick or not being whatever, because I have family here. I feel at home here, just not having my tribe here as far as my friends. So once you put yourself out there, and like, I'm proud to say Miami does have more to offer than just superficial relationships, because when I moved down here, that was a huge concern between me and my girls in Atlanta. They're like, you know, be careful. The people out there are different. You know, that's real city girl vibes. And I'm like, they were right. But also, that's not the only type of people. And that's how you should look at any place you go to. That is, there may be some people, but that's not going to be the majority. Everybody is not the same. That may be the majority, but that's not going to be everybody, is what I'm trying to say. So you have to find those diamonds in the rough who are real and who are going to be a part of your tribe. And that's what I did when I got here. So I already got my pack. 3, that's good enough for me. That's 3 different people I could try. And if none of them available, shit, I got myself. I'm dating myself. So like, it's not that deep. As long as I have some people I can call on that are reliable when I need them, when I need a friend, that's all that truly matters to me, is just having solid foundation like that. I don't need somebody by my side every second of the day, or I don't need a whole bunch of people to feel like I'm somebody. I'm somebody on my own. I just like having a solid friendship that I know I can lean on when I need that extra support, you know, as a friend. I think I really gave y'all the tea on the most asked questions. I'm gonna try to think, I'm trying to think of anything like that also needs to be, you know, touched on that I wasn't asked. Okay, I guess I'll give like, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit like about tips on moving, or stuff I wish people would have told me, or just like, I'm gonna just give y'all, like, since I did do this move, I'm gonna just give y'all everything I got as far as what I would tell somebody, or what I would have told myself prior to this move, or how I even got here, rather. First off, I do want to say, like, having savings is very important. Like, I have seen circulating videos about, oh, I moved with $10 or I moved with $100 and this is how it went. Yeah, that is something that's something you can do, but I feel like it's not something that is safe to do. We live in a rocky economy. We live in a time where it's just like you need to be secure, and the last thing you need is to be in a environment where you don't have any resources and you don't know anybody and you're ill prepared. Like that puts you in a situation where you may have to do stuff that you really don't want to do for money. You know what I mean? And I personally, I'm not doing it. I mean, at the end of the day, you'll do what you gotta do, but why would you put yourself in that situation? You know what I'm saying? So I suggest having money. To be honest, I didn't have the amount that I wanted to have to move down here. I estimated I should have at least, I think I had wanted to have at least 5,000 saved up or more. I can't remember. I know minimum 5,000. I can't remember. But I had probably, wait, how much did I have when I'm over? I had like, it's hard to know because I had to spend. Like I started spending, I spent on a month's worth of an Airbnb, which was over $1,400 for a month. And then I spent on moving. I had to pay a deposit, which was I think $1,500. And then, bro, this alarm keep going off. Yeah, sorry, but I had to pay, I think $1,500 deposit. My rent is $1,350, so I had to have like whatever that is. I can't do quick math like that, but that's definitely over $2,000 worth of upfront money I had to pay to move in. Not to mention I had to also spend on putting my stuff in a storage before moving. So I had my stuff in a storage for 1 month, which I think was around $100 to $300. I can't, guys, I have to pull up the receipts because the fact I can't remember the numbers at this point. But all I'm saying is I had enough to do all of that comfortably, but moving into my apartment wiped me out. After I spent like on the extra stuff I wanted in my apartment, as far as like just, you know, apartment essentials and stuff inside the apartment decoration wise, and moving in, it wiped me out. And I was having like car issues as well, so like having to pay for stuff with my car, like bro, it wiped me out. It took out all the money that I had saved up to coming here, which I'm so grateful I even had the money to do everything I did with it. But I'm just saying I could have definitely had more for that safety cushion because it got a little rocky. I moved in my apartment and my birthday was in the same month. So when I tell you October wiped me out financially, I'm talking about back to ground zero, back to check. So I had to like, you know, start from ground zero and try to work back up with my budgeting and saving habits. And even now I'm pretty much still recovering from that. So I would say you need, if whatever you need a total out what you think you're gonna spend plus more, like triple what you think you need so that you can really have it cushioned and not be stressed about like how you're going to do it. You know, you shouldn't be stressed about how you're going to do it. The most thing that you should be doing is trying to just do it, not stressing about how. You get what I mean? So that I will say is super important. But if you are anything like me and it's just like, I just wanted to put it out there that you're not ever going to be 100% ready to do anything. Like if you don't have the triple the savings, then you don't have it. If you're ready to move. I was in a position where my lease was ending and I either had to look for another apartment in Atlanta or decide I'm done with Atlanta. I decided I was done. I started apartment searching for Miami, job hunting for Miami. I knew my lease was ending, so I didn't even look no more in Atlanta at that time. Was I ready? No. So that's my point. Like, you can do it without being ready. But will it feel better to be ready? Yes. But I want you to think of ready and like loosely. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be disciplined and responsible, but understand you probably will never be 100% ready. There's always going to be something that's like, that part ain't ready. You know what I mean? Like, you may have the savings, but you may not have the job yet. You may have the apartment, like, but you wiped out your savings to get the apartment. Like, I don't know, like, something is give and take. And if you have all factors are good and you're ready, then go, great. But for you to know that you want to move somewhere and wait, keep pushing it off, waiting, I'm gonna go next year until you're ready, baby, you're gonna be waiting forever. Because life happens, something always gonna come up financially. That's life. Something always gonna come up financially. You're gonna have car trouble, whatever, emergency, like, something's gonna come up. That's inevitable. It's just life. So you'll never be ready, so just do it. Another thing, I don't know what else really. I love this mascara. This is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I mean, my lashes have never been any, like, this mascara right here make my lashes long. Other mascaras be doing the bare minimum. This right here is giving, like, this is giving. You see, like, they're separated. Look. Oh my gosh, I love this mascara. But yeah, I think that's everything as far as, if y'all have more questions, like, drop them in the comments, DM me on Instagram. Like, I'm so open to answering questions. I want to just pour out everything that I know and everything I'm learning, because I haven't had many circumstances where people do that for me. Like, I'm the oldest sibling in my family, with the exception of my older brother, but he is different, very different from me. So the stuff that he does, like, his advice is helpful, but it's not like, I can't relate all the time, you know? Oh, something I wanted to talk about was the food in Miami. I have heard, like, I've talked about it with, like, a couple people, and everybody, not everybody, but the people that I've talked about it with, they're kind of like, Miami's food is not the best. And, you know, I'm a foodie. Like, I love food. And have I tried a lot of food? No. There's so much food for me to try. I'm not that experienced. I'm really a small town country girl. I haven't even been nowhere. So, like, you know, I do not have a wide variety to go off of. But I like Miami food. I feel like if you want a good Hispanic plate, baby, Miami got it. But I will say, I do get the arguments that these people said. They just felt like it's not much variety down here. Like, it's just one type of food, and that's that. But, like, if you go to places like New York, Houston, even Atlanta, hell, they have, like, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, good ass food. As far as, like, soul food goes, and, like, wing joints and stuff like that, you know? Down here, it's like, you know, you got some empanadas, you got the Caribbean food. That's what you got. And that's just that on that. But yeah, I think that is basically the video. I think that brings us to the end of the video. Miami, in conclusion, in summary, Miami is giving real. Oh, I want to talk about this before I end the video. I want to talk about this whole thing about, oh, Miami is expensive. Like, yes, it's not a lie. Miami is expensive. For me personally, I don't think about that. like, I don't think about that. I understand it is a concern for a lot of people, yeah, but I'm single. I don't have kids. It's just me. So my kind of viewpoint of it is if I need to make more money, I'll make more money. Simple as that. Like, it doesn't take much to make me happy. It was expensive in Atlanta. I've been broke down, busted, and disgusted, baby. Like, I've been through that before, and I know what it takes to get out of that. And I just know now, you know, when you know better, you do better. So it's just like, if I need more money, I'll make more money. And I'm not really concerned about Miami being expensive. Like, would I live here to raise kids? Probably not. Maybe I'll move somewhere like Tampa. Why? Because it is a big city life. Like, Miami is definitely giving. This is the time for you to just go out and live your best life. It's very luxury down here. There's a lot of high-end places, nice places. The people here are very, like, there's a lot of high-end. You do have the, obviously, parts that are like more lower, like not as luxury and stuff, like the ghetto basically. But I forgot where I was going with that point. I just feel like this is the city life. As for crime goes, it's the same as Atlanta. Honestly, it's a big city. Anywhere you are in a big city, the crime rate is high. I live in North Miami Beach. I would say there's more action over here than when I lived in Doraville / DeKalb County in Atlanta. There wasn't that much action over there. When I live in downtown Atlanta, a lot of action there. When I live here, a lot of action here. When I lived in Miramar for a month, a little bit quieter. When I lived with my grandma, a little bit quieter. Like, and she's in North Miami Beach, but she's about like 17 to 20 minutes away from me, North Miami Beach. So it just depends where you're positioned at on the map, honestly, on what you're gonna get as far as action wise and crime wise. I did have somebody steal from my mailbox and scam me out of over $1,400 worth of money. Yes. So there is crime right up under the nose, but I just stay prayed up and just stay safe as possible, and, you know, limit my, I just stay vigilant is what I'm trying to say. So that's not really a major concern for me. Like, I love living here. I will probably be here until I have a man, until, you know, me and my man decide we need to raise a family and we start looking at other options. If he want to raise a family here, I'm down with that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, for me personally, I'll probably be here until something changes. Yeah, that's it. Like, I love it here. There's a lot to do. I feel like I won't get bored of it. I'm a person who likes change and scenery. I like doing new things. I don't like repetition. It's hard for me to keep a routine because I get bored of the routine, and I need change. Like, I have to implement change into my routines all the time. I feel like Miami does that for me. I feel like there's always a lot of people in and out of here. There's a lot of people to meet. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see and people to see. So I'm feeling it. Like, that's my conclusion on living here. Oh, lastly, some of the people who live here, who have always lived here, like the people, like Miami people who are from Miami, they either hate it or love it. There's really no in between. There's people who I met who are like, why the freak did you move here? I'm trying to get out of here. Like, I'm over it. Over it. Then you have the people who are like, I'd rather die in Miami. I'll be here for the rest of my life. I love Miami. Miami is the best place on earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hate it or love it. Me personally, I'm on the middle ground, but maybe that's because I'm not from here. If I was I was born here, but I was not raised here. So if I was raised here, maybe I would have a different say. But I don't know, because my family who is from here, they love it. Like, they love it. So, But anyways, thanks for tuning into this video. I hope that you guys got your questions answered. If you have more questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Like, subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna be doing more of my life, more talking videos, more just letting y'all know kind of like into the mindset and the person I am / the person I'm becoming. And whatever y'all want to know, just drop it in the drop it in the comments, because this channel right here is a real versatile channel. You may see me doing makeup. Nah, I don't do makeup, but I might do a get ready with me. I might do a vlog, a day in the life. I might do a whole random activity. I might just sit in front of this camera and talk y'all to death. You don't know what you're gonna get. So if you have a question, drop it in the comments. If you have something you want to see, drop it in the comments, and I'll try to make it happen for you guys. Thanks for tuning in.